Gary Neville and his grandkids, Daniel, Harry, and Millie Neville Lake, were killed by a drunk driver, leaving parents without their young kids and a daughter without her father. On the fourth-year anniversary of their death, the staggering numbers of impaired driving charges continue to rise. The latest, captured on camera by York Regional Police.
My just 2-year-old just saw me go away with a cruiser.
I know.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I know. You're little.
It's chilling to think what could have happened when police say a 38-year-old man was attempting to pick up his kids from school while allegedly intoxicated.
It appears the male in the truck came to pick up his kids from school, got in a verbal altercation with another teacher at the school.
The video released by York Regional Police appears to show officers accompanying the handcuffed Vaughan man. He has been charged with impaired driving.
Fortunately, the teachers there had the wherewithal to recognize that this man was impaired, refused to allow him to pick up his children.
This incident happened on Wednesday, just 2 days shy of the 4-year anniversary of one of the worst drunk driving cases in the GTA. On this day 4 years ago, 3 young kids, 9-year-old Daniel, his 5-year-old brother Harrison, and their 2-year-old sister Millie were all killed by a drunk driver in Vaughan. Their grandfather, Gary, was also in that vehicle. He didn't survive. In a heartfelt post, their mom, Jennifer Neville Lake, writes about the painful years of living without her children and father. She says, "You know, I still can't believe I have no children to tell stories to now, no one to share the good times and the bad, no little voices to sing with, no small hands to hold, no one to look around and experience the joys of life with anymore, no one to watch grow up. Since that horrible morning when I heard the last hiss of the respirator as my beautiful children stopped breathing, I've been digging holes."
That hole will exist forever, and it'll always be a constant reminder that there is something missing.
It's a pain Superintendent Graham Turrell knows about.
My son-in-law was killed in November of 2017 by a drunk driver, not only impaired by alcohol but by drugs as well.
Despite these tragedies and police in York Region amping up enforcement, the number of impaired-related criminal charges are on the rise. The last few years, there were over 1,600 each year. In 2019 so far, we've already reached nearly 1,300 cases. And this year, 911 operators have also received over 4,000 impaired-related calls.
How much have you had to drink?
It's not sinking in. People just aren't listening. The numbers are going up gradually every year.
But those numbers aren't only on the rise here in York Region. Toronto is also facing a similar trend. Since January 1st, there were 832 impaired driving arrests in the city. By this time last year, there were 798.
People aren't understanding that it's not just one drink, it could be 2 drinks. Everyone is different.
What changes do you think we can make to help address this problem?
Perhaps we need to look at a change of legislation where we go to a zero tolerance, where no alcohol is allowed, so you shouldn't be driving if you have any alcohol. People will see that as an inconvenience, but that's too bad. There's a bigger inconvenience if someone from your family is lost as a result of drunk driving.